Hello, and welcome to the Week 2 edition of Fantasy Football Done Weekly. I'll be your host, Jim Pereira, along with my co-host, Hal Carroll.
How you doing?
Good. First, I'd like to thank our viewers for their feedback and positive comments. Second, I'd like to share with you some changes for the show. We're going to get rid of the superhero portion of our show. By superhero, I mean Captain Obvious. Our viewers thought that picking AP to go off, which he did, was not valuable content. So we're going to be moving to more of a stardom sit-em type of format.
Before we proceed, I need to give credit where credit is due. In Week 1, Jim's Captain Obvious picks beat my Captain Obvious picks in each and every category. I hate you. I'm just kidding.
Don't hate the player. Okay, now on to the Don't Be Hasty segment.
Our Don't Be Hasty player this week is Chris Johnson, running back for the Titans. Now, granted, I know it may seem a little obvious because you probably drafted him in the first or second round, third round, absolute max, but he didn't have a very good week 1. However, there's some very good signs that he could bust out in the future. First, let's forget about the bad showing he had in Pittsburgh. I mean, let's face it, the passing game is coming on, which is going to open up things for the running game. The guy has elite talent, and he's one of the fastest guys in the league. However, his schedule isn't bad either. Fisher knows he needs to get him the ball, and you didn't draft him in the first, second, third round tops for nothing. Also, his next 5 games is against Houston at home, at the Jets, he's in Jacksonville, he's playing Indy at home, and then he's going into New England, all of which I think he can put up decent numbers.
Earl Bennett, wide receiver for the Bears. This guy seems to be Jay Cutler's first read. As long as he can run his routes correctly, he's going to get 6+ receptions each week. Remember, he's only going to get better. Here's a few reasons why we're selecting him as our sleeper alert. In Week 1, Cutler forced his throws to him. He usually gets the number 2 corner. Him and Cutler used to be old college teammates, so they got some chemistry. Looks like the Bears are going to have to throw and throw it often. With experience, he will only get better. If he's out there in your league, stop what you're doing right now. Go and pick this guy up. Okay, stardom sit-em. Do I really need to explain what this is about? If you don't know by now, well, hell, you need more help in fantasy football than this show can give you. Don't you think, Hal?
I do.
All right, well, here's the players that we've chosen.
Jay Cutler of the Bears versus the Steelers. No Palomalu, and they will do anything not to go 0-2. Heck, Collins threw for 244 and 1 interception last week.
Trent Edwards of the Buffalo Bills versus the Bucks. So long as they don't have to ask him to throw 20+ yards, he'll do fine. Plus, Owens will be wanting the damn ball already. Darren McFadden of the Raiders at the Chiefs. Big holes, big yards. Oh, and Russell couldn't hit a hooker if he was a pimp. Thomas Jones of the Jets versus the Patriots. We saw what Fred Jackson did against the Patriots last week. Jones is a better back. Count on it.
Justin Gage of the Titans versus the Texans. Provided the Titans don't run it 50 times, Gage has a very good shot to produce.
Owens of the Bills versus the Buccaneers. He got nothing on Monday. Big goose egg. And you know he's bitching all week. Give me the damn ball already. So it's time to get your popcorn ready. Team defenses, Redskins versus the Rams. Come on, guys, it's the Rams. So far through 4 quarters of play, that's 0 points. Goose egg time. Could it be another shutout? I'm thinking so.
Packers versus the Bengals. Packers play the Bungles. Did you see them last week? Ugh.
Pretty bad. Alright, boys and girls, it's time for our sit of the week. Now, with our sits, we're not saying just because you have Peyton Manning and he's got a tough matchup, you need to go and look at Jake DeLone because, hey, the matchup looks juicy. We're saying think about it. These are the guys who don't have the greatest matchups and may lay an egg this week.
Carson Palmer of the Bengals at the Packers. I mean, he plays for the Bungles.
Kurt Warner of the Cardinals at the Jaguars. The line is a mess, the wide receivers are hurt, the running game is a little bit more attractive. I would say he's a sit of the week.
Steven Jackson of the Rams at the Redskins. Until the Rams can get some consistency out of the passing game, the defensive game plan will be to stop Steven Jackson.
LaDainian Tomlinson of the Chargers versus the Ravens. This one saddens me. He hurt his ankle, and Sproles is looking pretty good. If he can't do it against the Raiders, he's not going to do it against the Ravens, period. Defense is too strong. Very sad.
I know personally, that one hurt you. Cedric Benson of the Bengals at the Packers. I believe if Green Bay can contain Forte, they can contain Benson.
Steve Slayton of the Texans at the Titans. I was down on this guy this summer and wanted no part of him. Week 1, he showed me why. Sophomore slump.
I hear that.
Donald Driver of the Packers versus the Bungles, as you would like to call them. Driver's playing Cincy, and he may be out of this game by the second quarter. It's just way too easy for him. Owen Daniels of the Texans at the Titans. Stud talent, but seems to come up short even when the offense is clicking. Stay away. I mean, stay away like, 5-day-old Chinese food that's in the fridge left over. Stay away.
Hey, Jim?
Yeah?
What is the deal with Owen Daniels? This one's easy. Bears versus the Steelers. No Urlacher, no good defense. We saw the difference as soon as he went out last week against Green Bay. You know what grinds my gridiron? Those father-mucking bun-of-a-sitch tailgate-tested, tailgate-approved commercials. That Jimmy goofball sounds like nails on the chalkboard to me. I swear to God, if anyone ever buys me a Fuzi or a Grueler, I will personally buy some dynamite and blow the thing up.
Well, there blows the Christmas present I was going to get you. You talked about it all day Sunday like you wanted one.
You got me one, I will blow the damn thing up. If I don't ever see another one of those commercials again, it will be too soon. You can count on it. Bow wow. Oh, and by the way, you are number 2 Bud Light because Jim and I drink Coors Light, among other things. Vodka! And after those stupid commercials, mark my words, I will never drink a Bud Light ever again in my life.
Fantasy Football Done Weekly tested and approved.
Kunk! Bow wow!
Okay, everyone. Now that Hal's done with his rant, I'll hide my end-of-the-world stash of dynamite and anything else explosive I might have around here. I'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch our show. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can be notified upon any new postings. Also, Hal and I have been talking about giving away an Adrian Peterson jersey to a random subscriber. So make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for more details. Keep the comments, line of questions, and any feedback that you have on the show coming. Email us at show@ffdw.net. Remember, we're also on Twitter at ffdw, so make sure to follow us so you can stay abreast of any updates we may have throughout the week.
Haha, he said breasts.
Good luck, and may your players stay healthy.
And your points be plentiful. Goodbye.